Good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever part of the world you're on today, and whatever time of the day you find this video. This episode of As a Tarot Turns is brought to you on purpose with purpose. I am your host, Nacho Mama. Some people call me Crystal, some people call me Criddle, like Riddle with a C. Either way, Nacho Mama is a personality, not a person. Today we're going to read the What is my biggest obstacle for Gemini? Gemini. What is my biggest obstacle for the Gemini collective? Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you so feel inclined. And drop down and say hello. Hello. Howdy. How's it going? What's up? What up? Hey. Gemini. Thank you guys for your patience. I was out at a memorial in Iowa. I'm sure some of you saw the videos that I posted. I had a friend of mine who had lost their son in a act of gun violence. Like there was a party that was going on and they didn't let this teenage kid, who was only 15, they wouldn't let him into this adult party, and this kid went back and got a gun and shot the place up, and my friend lost their son in that accident. So I was out at a memorial. It was one of the most beautiful memorials I've ever been to, and yeah, I just got back and I could tell how old I'm getting because it took me a couple days to recuperate from my recuperation, right? There's definitely no place like home. No bed like home bed, that's for sure. Anyways, Gemini. Universe, please use me as a conduit to express the best message for Gemini's growth today about whatever their obstacle is, whatever their biggest obstacle in their life right now is. What is their biggest obstacle right now for Gemini? Please and thank you. So mote it be. Amen. Gemini. Strength. Some of you might be dealing with a Leo. Your biggest obstacle is strength over despair, huh? Leo, Aquarius. Having faith. It's like the opposite of faith. You know, pessimism is the biggest obstacle for faith, you know. Your obstacle right now is having strength, Gemini. Strength in faith. It's like your faith is clouded by pessimism. We have the faith card in reverse, so the hope card, the star card in reverse. So your obstacle right now is faith and the strength to maintain faith. What else can we tell Gemini about their obstacle right now? Faith isn't an easy one. It sounds all cute and dandy. Oh yeah, have faith, you know, and then universe throws all these curveballs in the way, you know. And it's like, if we've ever said that everything works out for me, we can't just say it when it's bad. We have to also acknowledge that everything is working out for us when it is seemingly not going our way. You know, so strength over this despair, strength over whatever is blocking your faith. Your biggest obstacle right now is strength. And we have resolve. I think faith, the strength that it takes to have faith, you know, to see things and that everything is working out for me is your biggest obstacle right now, Gemini. To not have pessimism in your faith, you know, to not say you have faith and then be clouded with all this doubt and disbelief and fear in whatever it is that you're being asked to have faith in. It's like it's testing your strength of character. It's testing your faith. It's testing your resolve of awareness. Like, you know, we always say these things, but it's one thing to practice them and to practice what we say rather than just say it, you know. And it's a work in progress. Nobody's perfect. You know, and you might have had something go by the wayside, some sort of either spiritual crisis or material crisis, you know, that brought a lot of despair to you, made you feel really pessimistic, like halted your faith. But the universe is definitely your biggest obstacle right now, is holding that strength of mind, holding that strength of awareness to actually practice what you preach, you know? It's cute and dandy to say everything works out for me when it's going good, but it's a lot harder to say everything is working out for me when it's seemingly going bad, or you're in the middle of some sort of crisis, or internal conflict. It's like there's an internal conflict with your faith, and I think it has to do with pessimism. And we have collapse. It's some of the biggest obstacles that we have are in the middle of trial and error. That shows how strong our faith is, that shows how strong our mentality is, that shows how strong our awareness is. If we run right back to being like, oh, the universe is out to get me, this is out to get me, that's out to get me, everybody hates me, might as well just go eat worms, big fat juicy ones, little teeny tiny ones, oh, how they wiggle and squirm. We just run right back to our old ways when we're in the middle of something that seems like it's out to get us. But that's when we need to hold our faith the most. Like, everything I need and then some is provided for me. Everything I need and then some is provided for me. Realization that everything you need and then some is provided for you. It might not be all that we want, but definitely all that we need. It always comes one way or another. There was one time that I had a water bill due. They were going to shut my water off, and I had all these people living with me, and I just kind of wanted to see if anybody would step up to the plate and help me out. And it was coming down to the wire, man, and nobody had nothing. I didn't have the money for it. None of the people that were living with me had the money for it. Like, my water was going to get shut off. And I just kept telling myself, everything I need and then some will be provided for me. Everything I need and then some will be provided for me. And I was going through some mail in one of my spare bedrooms that I had that wasn't being used at the time. And I found a check that I had been sitting there for months. That check had been sitting there. I didn't even open it. I thought it was junk mail. And it was a check for the exact amount of money that I needed for my water bill, and like, I hadn't even looked in that mail, I had no idea that it was sitting there. Like, I had signed myself up for those no proof of purchase class action lawsuits, and it was the very first check that they had sent me, and it was for $62 something. That's exactly what I needed, and it was exactly at the exact time that I needed it, and it really brought to light how very true the fact that everything we need and then some is provided for us. I started adding the and then some, but I feel that wholeheartedly with my whole heart. It has never failed me, and I think that the universe is asking you to hold the faith, to hold strength in your faith, that everything and then some is provided for you. We might not see how, we might not understand it, we might not get what we want, but we always get what we need. But it says strength is your biggest obstacle right now. And I don't think it's talking about physical strength. I think it's talking about mental, spiritual, like, awareness. Your strength of mind, your strength to understand, to know, to overcome is your biggest obstacle. To know that everything will be all right, that everything that you need will be provided for you, that it actually works, that your work is working for you. And not to worry. I mean, what does worrying really do anyways? If we have enough evidence if we have enough evidence that gives us a reason to worry, then do we have enough evidence that worrying is actually going to help anything? It's like, once you have decided that, okay, this actually constitutes worrying, then check in with yourself to see if the worrying is actually going to do you any good, right? Because a lot of times we worry about our worrying and then we just end up in this worrying cycle. But I think the universe is asking you to hold faith, hold the strength of faith in awareness, to practice in the face of adversity, the things that you have learned. Practice the realization, the understanding, the deep inner knowing. It's not just like a word spoken, it's knowing that everything is always working out into your favor. Everything you need and then some. You have 2 Taurus cards, a Leo card, Aquarius, 2 Aquarius cards, Capricorn. So you got Taurus, Capricorn. You got 3 Aquarius cards, 2 Taurus cards, Capricorn, and Leo, and Sagittarius. So I think your biggest obstacle right now is faith, is strength, is the strength of your mind, is the strength of your understanding, the strength of your knowing, your inner knowing, that you are investing. Not only are you investing in something that is fertile, but something is investing in you. That your plants will grow. All right, let's see what we can get from the angels. What sort of advice do you have for the Gemini collective, angels? Gemini, advice for Gemini from the angel oracles. Opportunity to forgive. This situation brings you the opportunity to heal, grow, and release negative patterns. Hold the attention of seeing the other person's inner divine light and goodness. We will help you release unforgiving thoughts, feelings, and energies, and lift you to a higher place of peace and compassion. And relationship. Your primary relationship is with yourself and God, and every other relationship follows from there. To attract, heal, or balance a relationship, then snuggle more closely with your loving Creator. As you feel safe and loved within, so shall your other relationships bloom and prosper. Yeah, I think that holding that faith is your biggest obstacle right now. The strength of mind, the strength of the inner knowing that it's okay, that it's all okay. And man, that's not an easy, I'm not saying that it's easy. It is definitely not easy. But with practice, and all the receipts that you have that everything has worked out. I mean, you've made it this far with as much as you've had or as little as you've had, you've made it to where you are now. And you'll make it through to anything that you need to make it through to, no matter what. It's just that inner dialogue telling you that it's all going to fall apart, that it's not going to succeed, that it's, like this and this and this, like there's so much worry there, but do you even have any reason to be worried? I mean, is there enough evidence to justify being worried? And then if you have enough evidence to justify being worried, do you have enough evidence that worrying is actually justifiable, that it's actually going to do anything? Otherwise, it's just a waste of energy. You could be putting that energy into faith, into knowing. All right, Gemini? I love you guys. And until next time, Nacho Mama out. Vroom, beep, beep.